Hey, hope your day's going well. It's Noshami from the Impulse² crew. I want to let you guys know. I've been playing around with different build concepts, trying to come up with the hybrid approaches, and I've been trying my hand at theory crafting. So, while the concept I'm about to introduce isn't original, I've more or less refined it to my personal playstyle and different statistical preferences that I think, turn out a better performance from my end. So I thought I'd share this with y'all, so if you're interested, you can give this a try for yourself and see where it takes you. As with all builds we share, feel free to edit this to your preference and based on your experiences with this approach. Now, what we have here is your basic tactics shout core concept adapted to Berserker and then once again adapted to Bladesworn. There's gotta be a Shoutbreaker out there for you fancy Spellbreaker players, but I have no experience on that front. I'll refrain from commenting. Just best of luck with it. Like with the Wheelbender video, we'll start out with gear, then work our way through the traits. So let's get into the gear. No question about it, your amulet's the Demolisher amulet. If you're feeling for more damage, you can swap to Berserker, but I like blue balling power DPS players on PvP, so this is what I go with. Now, your runes can be, well, once again, it's your flex gear slot. I normally swap between three. The first is the Rune of the Soldier. I select this for additional defense, health, and condition removal for my team. Useful if you're playing with a few other, frontliners. The second is the Rune of the Doliac. If I have a bunch of ranged folks on my team, I use this to keep myself steady and alive a little longer so my backline has some breathing room to take down the enemy. The third is the Rune of Ore. It's kind of a reach. Now I push this rune a lot because I just like it personally, but if you're going against a lot of Condi, give this a shot. I'd put this as the bottom tier considering the other two options are just playing better more often, but it's still an option for you. Your weapons are simple, main hand an axe, offhand a shield, with a sigil of cleansing and a sigil of energy. Swap in and out of your gun saber mode often to take advantage of your sigils. You've got a lot of defense here with the shield, and your axe skill 3 helps close the distance. And axe skill 3 comes with 2 charges, so yeah, solid. Now traits, who needs them? Alright, fine, we do. We're warriors, the last class in the game to feature plot armor, so think about it. Anyway, we're going to go with Strength, Tactics, and Bladesworn. Now, Strength's chosen here for stability, damage, and defense. It's a trait line more well-rounded than most other builds. We'll take Brave Stride for the stability, ensuring that we can keep moving and either keep pressure on our enemies or take cover to catch our breath before we jump back into the fray. The second pick is a Flex, meaning that this one has the most variability to it. I prefer Body Blow to put pressure down on whatever poor soul I've chosen to tunnel vision against via weakness, but Forceful Greatsword gives us power and a chance at might, which is a small heal that builds up over time and helps our defense a lot. As much as a gambler's pick as that might be, we also have great Fortitude to help us. 10% of our power goes into Vitality and Ferocity, making our health healthier and our crits crittier. It's more simple on paper, but I think it's the least effective of the 3 choices in practice. Finally, our bread and butter, we have Might Makes Right, which gives Forceful Greatsword some ability to heal since we heal when we gain might. The Endurance generation is also really helpful over the long term, giving us mobility and defense in the press of a button. Our second line is Tactics. Now this is, I guess it's the butter to our bread and butter. We have marching orders to help give our team might, and it does some healing, which is always nice to have. We deal more DPS with boons, and giving might to allies heals us, so yeah, more healing. Did I mention the healing's in this build, by the way? First pick is Soldier's Comfort. We heal our allies. If your team's a bunch of ranged DPS, Leg Specialist is a wonderful pick for tunnel visioning someone on the enemy team. I wish I could tell a joke here, but I saw no opportunity. Now the second one is Shrug It Off. Heals because it's a shout, it's a free Condi removal, and a break stun. This is a duelist's nightmare. Just saying that. Be warned in taking this though. You'll have to prepare yourself for hearing your character yell, "Shake it off!" 1,000 times. Now third pick is the non-negotiable vigorous shouts. Our shouts can be done more often and it heals us and our allies. This in combination with our might healing stuff means we're gonna basically be our group's paladin minus the lame aesthetic. Finally, we have Bladesworn. As much as I love Berserker, and I may even prefer playing one, this comes as, as much an unexpected surprise to me as it does to our enemies. How are we so sturdy playing an EOD spec? We get flow. Cool. Now we can be rappers. Dragon Scale Defense gives us stability, which, I mean, it's free stability. You get 3 seconds of it, though, so use it wisely and pick your target accordingly. Guns and Glory gives us ferocity when we blow something up, making our crit stronger, so use an explosive before you get into your 1-button burst. Our first pick of talent is River's Flow. We heal ourselves a lot, so this is nice for our flow. We also heal for 10% more, and adding that up over time, oh man, we're never gonna die. I pick Lush Forest for the reduced recharge on our stuff. Our stuff's already pretty OP and much of it already has reduced timers, and doing so more means we get to spend more time in the fight doing more things more often all the time, and try and stop us you can't because we're always doing things. Unyielding Dragon. No argument here. We get a lot of might during Dragon Trigger, which means healing, and we get 3 seconds of stability for it from Dragon Scale defenses, and we do a lot of stun for it, giving our team time to pick up what we didn't finish off on whoever's day we want to ruin. For your burst. It's hardly a burst. This is more like setting up for your Dragon Skill 2. 3 has better range, but 2 gives us some, mobility and movement. Most Dragon Triggers are met with Necromancer marks or something similar, so I think mobility takes priority. Now, the steps to this, just take your axe, go ham on your enemy. Make sure they can't get too far away from you. Take the health down as much as you can, then go into your gunblade. Use any explosive skill, I prefer weapon skill 3, and then Dragon Trigger. Use weapon skill 4, repositions with 5 if necessary, then weapon skill 4 again to give yourself a second charge of Aegis, and then weapon skill 2 to do the damage and swing yourself forward. If they're still up, set up again, rinse and repeat until the enemy is no more. No, I don't think I'll be able to get to it in time. He's just landing way too much DPS, so we're gonna have to go ahead and stun the enemy and then try to get the last hit on this guy. Yes, we got that last hit. Awesome. That's a lot of value in just raw pointage. That seems to be a power willbender, so that would explain how I was able to get the last hit in. Pop! Bring him in. Beautiful stun. Charge up some of our boys here. Boom. Go ahead and pop a heal. And go Dragon Trigger again. We can reposition with our weapon skill 5 here. Oh. He just straight up vanished. Let's go ahead and use it to close the gap a little bit and then come on in. That's fine if I take this. I have my heal movement here. I probably should have saved weapon skill 5 as a gap closer, but it is what it is. I don't have an Aegis right now, so he can CC me. He didn't take the opportunity to do so, though. He accidentally linked his skill instead of go ahead and Aegis and then come on in for a big hit. Weapon skill 3 just to go ahead and do some damage. Beautifully done. He already used his fucking stun. I don't know why I said fucking with that. But we got that guy. The Mechanist is coming at us with a flamethrower. I don't know if that's a good play on his part. We're gonna go ahead and reposition and then 2. And then use our actual base heal. Try to evade some CCs. If there were any CCs to evade. And then unfortunately I don't have my Aegis here. So I have to go in as quickly as I can. Can't just sit in that for too long. I'm gonna go back to Axe and Shield because I need to do some defense here. Again, I don't have my Aegis. Well, I have a pop here. I'll go ahead and use it. I should have used weapon skill 2. I accidentally popped weapon skill 1 there. Swap back for Sigil of Cleansing and Energy. Go ahead, base heal. And then weapon skill 2. And it looks like we got ourselves some help here. Let's not go all the way for too long because otherwise... Awesome. That was pretty cool. So we got our healing and we got our offense because we just kept capping. Now, you have everything you need. Get out there, do some damage. But before you go, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video. Comment if you think you have anything better. I would love to hear it. I'll try it out for myself. I'll even update the build. So, without further ado, we'll go ahead and take off. If you really want to make my heart skip a beat though, there are charity links down below. Go ahead and check them out. All 9 of them vetted by CharityWatch.org and scoring 90 points or above out of 100, meaning that for every dollar you donate, at least 90 cents out of that dollar will go to support the people that those charity programs purport to support. We have 3 favorites on this channel. We got the National Foundation for Suicide Prevention, we have the Trevor Project, and we got the Wounded Warriors Project. Love the work they do, but the other charity links, and there's some environmental and social causes, so go check them out as well. Don't just take our word for it. This has been Noshami, aka the Noshaminator, with the Impulse² crew. Make sure y'all stay safe, stay awesome, and as always, boom, Impulse.